There is a truth most people avoid. No one will step into your life to rescue you from struggle. No one will reach out and pull you free from the limits that hold you back. Life only begins to change when you accept that the full weight of responsibility rests on your own shoulders. Years spent waiting for a miracle, waiting for a helping hand, waiting for outside validation, all end in disappointment. Not because the world is cruel, but because this world is designed to reward those who are brave and disciplined enough to rise on their own. When you direct all of your focus inward, when you stop searching for excuses, stop waiting for someone else's signal, you will see doors begin to open. Every dream you carry, every destination you long for, comes down to one question: are you willing to invest your entire energy into yourself? The world does not reward those who complain, blame, or hide. It rewards those who master their inner life, harness their strength, and choose action over passivity. This is not a bitter truth, it is a liberating one. Because if no one is coming to save you, it also means no one has the power to stop you from moving forward. Freedom rests in your hands. Power rests in your choices. The day you stop waiting is the day you begin to save yourself, and that is the true first day of your new life. Every turning point in life begins with a decision. Either you scatter your energy on distractions, people and circumstances you cannot control, or you gather it all and invest it in the one place that guarantees growth yourself. Most people hesitate, spending years waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect conditions, the perfect approval, but perfection never arrives. Life only transforms when you decide that you are worthy of your full commitment here and now. Pouring all your energy into yourself does not mean becoming selfish, it means becoming responsible. It means choosing to strengthen your body instead of wasting hours on empty indulgence. It means sharpening your mind instead of drowning in noise. It means protecting your focus like it is the most sacred resource you own, because at Island, when you channel your energy into growth, discipline, and clarity, you create momentum that no obstacle can derail. The world recognizes power, not excuses. It respects action, not waiting. When you commit to yourself without compromise, you send a signal not just to life, but to your own soul that you are ready to step into the fullness of your potential. And in that moment, everything begins to align differently. Opportunities appear, strength multiplies, clarity sharpens. This is the decision that separates dreamers from doers. The day you choose to stop leaking energy on what doesn't matter and instead pour it relentlessly into who you are becoming is the day you take command of your future. From then on, you are no longer just surviving, you are building, growing, and moving with unstoppable force. Greatness is not built in a single leap, but brick by brick, choice by choice, day after day. The life you dream of is nothing more than the accumulation of what you choose to do in the smallest of moments. A page read instead of mindless scrolling, a workout finished instead of another excuse, a disciplined choice over fleeting comfort. These are the quiet bricks that form an unshakable foundation. The mistake most people make is believing progress must be loud, dramatic, and instantly visible. They wait for big victories and ignore the power of the small. But true strength is born in the ordinary. It is in the unseen hours, when nobody applauds, when results are invisible, that you are laying down the groundwork for a future no one can take away from you. Every small step forward compounds. Every disciplined act stacks upon the last. Over time, what once looked insignificant becomes undeniable transformation. Commit to these small bricks. Respect them. Understand that each one matters. A single choice today may seem trivial, but multiplied over weeks, months, and years, it creates the life you either long for or regret. The difference is not talent or luck, it is consistency in building. So treat every day like a construction site. Ask yourself, what brick am I laying today? Will this choice move me closer to my vision or further away? When you build with intention, no day is wasted, no effort is meaningless. And one day, you will look up and realize that the fortress of strength you stand in was built from the small, deliberate bricks you chose to lay each and every day. Real strength is never born in the spotlight. It is built in the quiet, in the hours when no one is watching, when no one claps, when progress feels invisible. The world sees the result, but it rarely sees the struggle. And yet, it is in those unseen moments that you shape the unbreakable version of yourself. Strength grows when you keep showing up after failure. It deepens when you continue despite exhaustion. It hardens when rejection stings, but you refuse to let it define you. The silence, the loneliness, the grind, those are not signs of weakness. They are the very conditions where resilience takes root. Anyone can move forward when it's easy. True strength is choosing to rise when it's hard. This process is not glamorous. It does not provide instant validation. But every small action done in silence is a seed planted for a future harvest. Every disciplined choice made when nobody notices is a deposit into a foundation that nothing can shake. While others chase approval, you are building armor. While others seek shortcuts, you are forging character. Do not underestimate the power of silent work. One day, what was invisible will become undeniable. The discipline nobody saw will reveal itself in your results. The sacrifices no one applauded will echo in your victories. And when that day comes, you will understand that the applause was never the real reward. The reward was the strength, the resilience, the clarity you built in silence qualities that no rejection, no failure, no obstacle can ever take away. The most dangerous lie is the one you tell yourself. You can hide from others, but you cannot hide from the mirror of your own conscience. If you claim you are giving your best, while you know you are holding back, if you pretend you are focused while you are drowning in distractions, you are only delaying the life you could be living. Progress begins the moment you strip away excuses and face the raw truth. You are either building yourself or you are betraying yourself. Honesty is not always comfortable, but it is liberating. It allows you to see clearly what must change. It forces you to confront the habits stealing your potential. Without this brutal self-awareness, no strategy, no motivation, no mentor can save you. The truth is simple. You cannot grow while lying to yourself. And once you are honest, the next step is protection. Focus is your greatest currency in a world designed to steal it. Every pointless notification, every meaningless opinion, every wasted hour is a thief robbing you of your future. Guard your focus as if your life depends on it, because it does. What you give your attention to shapes who you become. When you choose to cut away distractions, you are not losing anything important. You are reclaiming your own life. Every no to what weakens you is a louder yes to your vision. And when your honesty and focus combine, you step into a state of clarity where excuses no longer survive. That is the place where transformation begins, where you stop negotiating with weakness and finally commit to the path that leads to your highest self. Every day, countless voices fight for your attention. Opinions telling you who you should be, trends pressuring you to conform, doubts whispering that you are not enough. If you are not careful, you will spend your life chasing noise instead of following your true calling. The greatest danger is not failure, it is forgetting the sound of your own voice amidst the chaos of others. Training your mind means learning to filter. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every comment requires your attention. If it does not move you closer to your vision, it is nothing but noise. The world will always be loud, but clarity comes from within. You must decide which voice matters most, the fear-filled chatter outside or the quiet conviction inside. This discipline is not about arrogance, it is about alignment. It is choosing to protect your mental space as fiercely as you protect your most valuable possession. When you train your mind to ignore the noise, you free yourself from the weight of constant validation. You stop shrinking your dreams to fit someone else's comfort. You stop apologizing for wanting more. The inner call is steady, persistent, and deeply personal. It may not shout, but it will not disappear. To hear it, you must quiet the distractions and stand firm in your truth. Every time you resist the pull of noise, you sharpen your mind. Every time you honor your inner call, you strengthen your spirit. And when your mind becomes unshakable, no critic, no doubt, no failure can divert you from the path that was always meant to be yours. There comes a moment when you must stop asking for permission to live the life that is calling you. Too often, people waste their power trying to justify their dreams to those who will never understand them. They explain, they defend, they seek approval, and in the process, they dilute the very fire that makes them unique. True freedom begins the day you decide that your vision does not need to be explained and your choices do not need to be validated by anyone but yourself. You were not born to fit neatly into other people's expectations. You were born to expand, to create, to become. And yet, if you keep waiting for applause, you will wait forever. If you keep seeking permission, you will never move. The world rewards clarity, not hesitation. It respects conviction, not endless explanation. Living with inner freedom means walking your path without apology. It means holding your head high even when others question you, because you know your life is too important to be shaped by borrowed opinions. It means embracing the truth that your dreams were given to you for a reason, and that reason is not up for debate. Stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Stop pausing your journey to explain every step. Those who doubt will doubt regardless of what you say. Those who believe in you do not require an explanation. The only thing that matters is whether you are faithful to the life you know you were meant to build. And when you live from that place of unapologetic clarity, you will discover a freedom no outside approval could ever match. There will be seasons when no one sees the fire burning inside you. Even those who love you may doubt, not because they want to hold you back, but because their vision is too small to grasp the magnitude of yours. They will ask if it's realistic, if it's safe, if you're going too far. Their questions are reflections of their limits, not yours. And if you wait for them to believe, you may wait forever. Belief is not their job, it is yours. In the silence of doubt, you must stand up and declare, even if only to yourself, I believe in me. That belief does not need applause. It does not need to be loud. It only needs to be strong enough to carry you through the invisible days, the lonely nights, the unseen work. When you believe first, before there is evidence, you ignite the seed of every great achievement. Most people need proof before they believe. But leaders, visionaries, and builders of the extraordinary flip that order. They believe first, and the proof follows. To be your own believer is to free yourself from the chains of external approval. It is to walk forward, knowing your conviction is enough. Never forget, your dream was entrusted to you alone. If others were meant to see it, they would have. But they didn't. You did. That makes it sacred. And when you become the first, fiercest believer in yourself, no rejection, no doubt, no silence from the world can extinguish the flame you have chosen to keep alive. Every no you face carries a hidden gift. It can either break you, convincing you that you are not enough, or it can shape you, forcing you to grow tougher, sharper, more relentless. The difference lies in how you choose to interpret rejection. Weakness sees it as the end, strength sees it as training. Every closed door is not a death sentence. It is a test, asking if you have the courage to knock again, louder, wiser, more prepared. Rejection does not diminish you. It refines you. Every failure forces you to rethink your approach. Every laugh at your expense strengthens your resolve. Every skeptical glance builds your ability to stand tall alone. Over time, these small wounds layer into armor. They teach you not to crumble at the first sign of resistance, but to push through, unshaken. And one day, you will realize that it was the rejections that forged your endurance, making you unbreakable in a way easy victories never could. Do not fear rejection, fear never having tried enough to face one. The person who is never told no is usually the one who never dared greatly. True success does not belong to the ones who were instantly accepted, but to those who endured countless refusals until their persistence carved a path forward. Every no you survive adds another layer of resilience to your soul. And when the day comes, that opportunity finally says yes. You will walk through that door not fragile, but battle-tested, carrying the strength that only rejection could have built. No one else can walk this path for you. No one else can wake up in your place, make your choices, or carry your vision. That is why showing up for yourself day after day is not optional. It is the foundation of everything you hope to build. Success is never the product of a single heroic act. It is born from the quiet consistency of choosing to keep going, even when no one is watching, even when nothing seems to be changing. Do not wait for motivation to save you. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. What sustains you is discipline, the decision to act regardless of how you feel. Some days it will be easy, others it will feel like dragging yourself through mud. But if you keep showing up, you create momentum. And momentum, once built, is nearly impossible to stop. Showing up doesn't always mean grand gestures. Sometimes it is simply reading one page when you'd rather scroll, writing one line when inspiration feels absent, or completing one workout when excuses shout louder. These small acts, stacked over time, build unshakable trust in yourself. They prove again and again that you can rely on you. The world rewards consistency. Life opens doors for those who refuse to disappear. Each day you show up, you strengthen your character, sharpen your focus, and reinforce your commitment. And when you look back, you will see that the real victory was not in any single breakthrough, but in the daily decision to honor your future over your comfort. That is how you transform a vision into reality, by showing up for yourself every single day. The quickest way to erode your own power is to break the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say you will change but delay, every time you commit but abandon halfway, you chip away at your self-trust. And when trust in yourself is gone, no amount of motivation from outside can carry you forward. Keeping your word to yourself is not a minor detail. It is the bedrock of self-respect, the unshakable foundation upon which discipline and confidence are built. When you promise to train and you follow through, you are not just building strength, you are building character. When you promise to read and you keep that promise, you are not just gaining knowledge, you are proving to yourself that your word matters. Each fulfilled commitment whispers, "I can rely on me." Over time, these whispers grow into an inner voice so powerful that doubt cannot silence it. Understand this: success is not built on grand declarations, but on the small, consistent promises you keep. Keeping your word to others earns you credibility. Keeping your word to yourself earns you unbreakable power. That power is quiet but undeniable. It steadies you in storms, sustains you when no one claps, and reminds you that even if the world turns its back, you still have yourself to count on. The person who honors their own word becomes unstoppable, because when you can trust yourself completely, every goal becomes possible. The world bends to those who refuse to betray themselves. And the day you stop breaking promises to yourself is the day you step fully into the strength you were always meant to carry. Never underestimate the power of a single step forward. Most people quit not because they lack ability, but because they dismiss the small, believing it doesn't matter. They expect transformation to be immediate, dramatic, undeniable. And when results take time, they assume their effort is worthless. But the truth is simple. Every great achievement is nothing more than the accumulation of small, almost invisible advances stacked day after day. One page read, one workout finished, one disciplined choice made. These may seem insignificant in the moment, but string them together over weeks, months, years, and they become unstoppable momentum. Progress is not always loud, but it is always compounding. Even the smallest step keeps you from slipping backward. Even the smallest action whispers to your future, "I am coming." Celebrate the small wins, Honor the fact that you resisted comfort, that you showed up, that you chose growth over ease. A day you don't quit is already a victory. A tiny move in the right direction is proof that you are in motion. These small acts, invisible to the impatient, are visible to time, and time always rewards consistency. Success is not reserved for the fastest or the luckiest. It belongs to those who value each step, no matter how small, and keep stacking them relentlessly. One day, when you look back, you will see that the mountain you stand on was not climbed in leaps, but built brick by brick, step by step, through small progress that never stopped adding up. The greatest thieves of success are rarely obvious. They don't steal your money, they steal your time, your focus, your energy. A constant stream of notifications, endless news, meaningless conversations, each seems harmless on its own, but together they drain you, leaving nothing for what truly matters. Success is not usually destroyed by one massive failure. It is quietly eroded by the small distractions you tolerate every day. Cutting off distractions is an act of self-respect. Ask yourself, how many hours have I lost scrolling without purpose? How many dreams have I delayed because I let someone else's opinion derail me? How many times have I fed my future to moments that meant nothing? Those minutes are gone forever. Every time you surrender to distraction, you trade a piece of your destiny for comfort that doesn't last. Focus is your most valuable resource in a noisy world. Guard it ruthlessly. Silence the notifications. Create boundaries with people who drain you. Protect your time as if it were life itself, because each no you give to distraction is really a louder yes to your vision, to your growth, to the life you want. Understand this. Distractions will always exist, but they only have power if you allow them inside. When you learn to cut them off, you reclaim ownership of your days. And when your focus is no longer scattered, your energy sharpens, your actions align, and your results multiply. Success belongs to the focused. The moment you cut away the noise, you make space for the signal that will carry you forward. Willpower alone is not enough. Like a muscle, it tires with every battle you fight against distraction. If your only strategy is to hope you'll be strong enough in the moment, you will lose. What you need is not hope, but a system, a structure, designed to keep you aligned, even when your energy dips, even when your emotions waver. Success does not belong to those who rely on bursts of motivation. It belongs to those who build environments and habits that carry them forward, regardless of how they feel. A focus system can begin with simple changes. Clear the clutter from your workspace, block the noise before it reaches you, set fixed hours for your most important work, and create rules that protect your priorities. Don't wait to fight distraction in the heat of the moment. Design your life so that focus is the default. When discipline is woven into the structure of your day, you no longer waste energy negotiating with yourself. You simply follow the system you built. This is the difference between wishful thinkers and consistent achievers. One relies on chance, the other relies on design. A system is like the rails of a train. It keeps you on track, even through storms. With the right system, you don't have to wonder if you'll stay focused. The environment does the work for you. Hope is fragile. Systems are dependable. If you want to secure your future, stop gambling on motivation. Start designing a structure that makes success inevitable. Build the rails, set the boundaries, and let your system carry you forward until focus becomes second nature. Even if you cut away every distraction around you, the battle is not over, because the loudest noise often comes from within. It is the whisper of doubt, the weight of comparison, the echo of regret, the fear of what hasn't even happened yet. These voices make no sound, but they steal more focus than any phone, any headline, any critic ever could. If you want to rise, you must learn not only to clear your surroundings, but also to declutter your inner world. Clearing inner noise begins with awareness. Name what is speaking inside you. This is fear of failure. This is old pain. This is my tendency to compare. When you expose these thoughts to the light, they lose their grip. From there, don't try to fight them with denial, transform them. Turn worry into preparation. Turn self-doubt into discipline. Turn fear into proof that you are stepping outside your comfort zone. Give your mind the space to breathe. A few minutes of silence, a page in your journal, a moment of meditation. Strip away the mental clutter until what remains is clarity, because clarity is power. It reveals what matters and silences what doesn't. When the inner noise fades, you can finally hear the quiet call of your true vision. That voice has always been there, it was just buried under the static. A clear mind is not empty. It is focused, alive, and unstoppable. And when you carry that kind of inner stillness, no chaos outside can touch your progress. Nothing drains your power faster than blaming others. Every time you point a finger at circumstances, people, or the past, you hand over control of your future. Blame may feel comforting in the moment, but it locks you into weakness. Excuses may protect your pride, but they rob you of progress. If you truly want change, the first step is simple yet demanding. Stop pointing outward and start pointing inward. Owning your life means facing the truth. Where you are today is the result of choices you made yesterday. Your habits, your discipline, your decisions, they all built the ground you're standing on. That truth may sting, but it is also liberating. Because if your choices created this reality, then new choices can create a different one. You don't need permission. You don't need rescue. You need responsibility. This isn't about self-punishment, it's about reclaiming power. When you stop wasting energy on blame, you free it for action. Instead of saying, I can't because, you begin asking, what can I do next? That single shift transforms failure into feedback, obstacles into fuel. Life owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. The courage to face your truth, the discipline to act on it, the strength to own your story. The moment you declare, I am responsible, you stop being a victim and start becoming a creator. No excuse, no circumstance, no setback can confine you when you fully own your life. That is where freedom begins and where unstoppable growth takes root. Every journey worth taking will test you. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when exhaustion whispers louder than purpose, when giving up seems like the only relief. That moment is not a sign to stop it, is the threshold where strength is forged. Quitting is easy. Anyone can walk away when pain rises. But champions are born in the very seconds when most people surrender. Pushing harder does not mean pretending it isn't painful. It means choosing to keep moving despite the pain. It means finding one more ounce of energy when your body says it has none left, taking one more step when your mind screams, enough. The wall you hit is not the end. It is the gatekeeper asking, how badly do you want it? Those who break through discover a new version of themselves, stronger, tougher, unshakable. Comfort is seductive. It will tempt you to settle, whispering that average is good enough. But every time you choose comfort over commitment, you abandon the life you promised yourself. Growth demands sacrifice, and resilience is built only in the moments when you refuse to retreat. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Remember the vision that once lit a fire inside you. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough often lies just beyond the doubt, just beyond the fatigue. Push harder, not because it is easy, but because your future is worth the fight. One more step, one more rep, one more day of holding the line could be the moment that changes everything. There will be seasons when you give everything, your time, your energy, your discipline, and see nothing in return. The mornings are early, the nights are late, yet the mirror looks unchanged, the progress feels hidden. This is the silent stage where most people walk away. But unseen progress is not wasted. It is simply growing beneath the surface, waiting for its time to break through. Every action you take is a seed planted. The workout builds strength even if no one notices. The study session sharpens your mind even if the test hasn't come. The decision to say no to distraction strengthens discipline even when there is no applause. Success is always born in silence before it shows itself in the open. You are not wasting effort, you are building foundations. Patience is the rarest form of power. Anyone can work hard when the results are immediate, but true builders stay committed when the harvest is invisible. The seed underground looks dead until the day it suddenly pushes through the soil. That single sprout is proof that faith and persistence were never in vain. Do not abandon the field before the harvest. Do not give up because the world hasn't clapped yet. Trust that the process is shaping you in ways you cannot yet measure. Growth is not always loud. Progress is not always obvious. But both are real and both are yours if you refuse to quit too soon. Hold steady, stay loyal, trust the unseen because the life you dream of is already taking root. Distractions will come, doubts will come, obstacles will rise when you least expect them. It is easy to stay focused when everything flows smoothly, but the real test comes when life goes messy. That is when your vision must be stronger than your emotions, stronger than the noise, stronger than the temptation to settle. Your vision is not a passing idea. It is the blueprint of the life you are building. It must live in your mind every day, carried like fire in your chest. If you don't protect it, the world will bury it under demands, opinions, and fear. To lock in means to recommit. Again and again when tired, when discouraged, when opportunity to quit looks attractive. Your vision must dictate your choices, your time, your energy, your focus. Most people don't fail because their dreams were impossible. They fail because they allowed short-term pain to erase long-term clarity. They gave in to fear, to comfort, to doubt. But if you hold your vision tighter than your excuses, nothing can move you. Even when no one believes, even when progress feels slow, your loyalty to the vision keeps you advancing. Every decision feeds either your vision or your distraction. There is no neutral ground. To win, you must become ruthless about what you allow into your mind and your life. Say no to what weakens you. Say yes to what builds you. And keep walking toward that picture of your future until you are standing inside it. Not until you feel tired, not until it gets hard, but until you win. Life will knock you down. It's not a question of if, but when. No matter how strong or prepared you are, there will be setbacks, losses, and seasons of confusion. Falling is not failure. Staying down island, feeling lost is not weakness. Giving up on yourself island. Every champion you admire has fallen. Every leader has stumbled. What sets them apart is not perfection, but resilience, the willingness to rise again when defeat feels final. Rising again doesn't mean pretending you were never hurt. It means refusing to let the pain stop you. It means standing up with bruises, with doubts, with uncertainty, and still choosing to move forward. Each fall gives you two choices, surrender or strength. The easy path says, stay down, protect yourself, don't try again. The stronger path whispers, stand up, your story is not finished yet. Every time you rise, you send a message to yourself and to the world, I am not done. I am not broken beyond repair. I am still building. Resilience is built in these moments. Every rise sharpens your character, deepens your grit, and strengthens your spirit. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need a perfect plan. You simply need the courage to refuse to let a fall define you. Rise tired, rise uncertain, rise with fear still in your chest, but rise. Because each rise is proof that your future is still alive, that your strength is still growing, and that the best of you has yet to be seen.